What's up, everyone? Andre here, along with Tris and Tom, and we are here to stream the Fall Guys Creative Construction Announcement, which I also call the Fall Guys Direct. It's not actually direct, but I thought that was funny. So, anyways, we're just gonna see what they're gonna show off because they announced this feature some time ago now, right, Tris?
Yeah, I think it's been about a year since they announced it. So,
Jeez,
and it was very much like here's an early look at something coming in the future.
has it been a year already?
I think it was like last June. It was before the game, like the free to play fully launched. So,
Wow. Yeah, well, I'm a big fan of stage creators, in case people didn't know from my time with Mario Maker. So I'm excited to see what is possible in this stage creator. I see the chat already talking about making a Sonic level. We were actually talking about that ourselves just
ooh.
yesterday. Like, that seems perfect
Yep.
for this.
hmm Yeah, no, there's a lot of really fun levels. I know, like Andre, you and I were talking about recreating Mario Sunshine levels, for example, like the secret levels specifically. There's a lot of fun that could be had with this potentially,
The
and
secret
I'm really
levels,
excited to see what they have.
the secret levels are already Fall Guy levels, so they're perfect for this. Tom, what are you
Uh,
excited for?
well, I just want to see how good of a user interface they've come up with to build the levels and how easy it'll be, and
True.
what they're going to keep in mind for sharing them. Those are things that let's see what they build on from Mario Maker.
That's a good point. That it's gonna live and die by how good the creative tools are. Like I bounced off Halo Infinite so hard just because the Forge creator is more complicated than I want it to be. And hey, people are doing amazing things with it, so I fully respect that. It's like as a creator or as one who wants to be a creator, it's like I don't want to invest that much time to learn how to use the tools. Game Builder Garage, as amazing as that game can be, it's like stage creator, if you will, isn't great either. So I want something that's easy and fun to use. Like Mario Maker was so great because it was as fun to build levels as it was to play them. For me, actually more fun to build them. Because it had a super simple interface, easy to use. It had depth to it, but it didn't take long to learn. The tricks of the trade, if you will. So I'm hoping that Fall Guys has a stage creator that's that easy to use.
Yeah,
I would hope. I would really hope. I mean, I think you're right. It is going to live and die by that. It's a matter of because if it's not a good user interface, especially since this can't be something they lock behind like only the PC version or only one console version. It has to be accessible on all of them. And if it doesn't run well, that's kind of going to be it, unfortunately.
I hope you can make levels that don't run well. I want to throw the craziest stuff into a level to the point where there's so much going on it just completely breaks the game.
Oh man, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
That would be.
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
I see support for a Kirby level in this game. I could see these characters already look like elongated Kirby, so that'd be a good fit.
I'm sure you can come up with some fun ones. Yeah, you won't be
Yeah.
able to like inhale the enemies, but maybe like classic Kirby
You can
or
get
something along those
inhaled
lines.
by other things.
That's true.
Just like little you have to go for an obstacle that's just kind of vacuuming in Fall Guys to stop them. And hello, Christopher in chat. Yeah, nice to see you again. And I think too, another thing is how many bad levels there'll be, and if there's a way to kind of filter them too. That's something to consider.
I think the thing with Fall Guys is even a bad level can be a good level. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong. Maybe I'll be proven wrong on this. I feel like it almost doesn't matter what you make. Like no matter what, it's gonna be a fun competition to the end. Whereas like Mario Maker, like a bad level was just not fun to play because it was just you by yourself almost all the time. Because especially in the first game, and I think just the level design principles of both are entirely different. Like in this one, it's always
Right.
going to be a race, so it's
Yeah.
always going to be inherently fun. I feel like even if the level design sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
this,
think I think it also depends on like the amount of obstacles you add in, or how much in terms of like a rule set you can add to it. I know one of the big things with Fall Guys is like the level variants. So you'll have like normal levels that release for the season, and then you'll get variations to those levels where now there's giant hammers everywhere or brand new obstacles added everywhere. And I would kind of love if we can get like that crazy with some of the obstacles getting added in.
Hmm.
yeah, and also like you can throw in the element of surprise in Fall Guys, and you don't have to warn the player about it. It's just kind of that like oh no factor. You can get away with that in Fall Guys, so you can't in other games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna see some. I think we're gonna see some insane creations come from the community, and I'm excited for that because we're gonna have people that push the boundaries of what you can do, like of what has been done in Fall Guys, right? Because the developers, I'm sure, they have their own design paradigms and blueprints they follow. Creators, like fans, they don't care. They don't care about any of that. They just want to see like, hey, what can I do that's insane? Some people will try to make something,
Yeah.
some people will try to stick closer to what Fall Guys currently does. Others are just going to go, balls to the wall with it. It's just going to be wild. So
That's the fun of it. That really is the fun of it. I just hope you can share them well. Like, I'm worried that your custom levels are going to be restricted to like if you make your own custom show with like like a streamer, like, oh hey, here's a show for everyone watching to play right now, and oh, I can add my level into this. I would love if you can do that, but I'm worried that will be the only way you can play each other's courses.
yeah, that's a good one. I wonder how that is going to work. Yeah, the weird thing with this game in particular is it's not something you can really like just share with like with a friend or two, because you need a whole group to really play them with. That's the whole point
Yep.
of Fall Guys. So I do wonder how that sharing is going to work, and if it's going to. Have they announced if it'll be fully cross-platform compatible? Triss, do you know? Or
I don't think they've announced anything related to this other than like, look at what we're working on, like a very early look at it. So
right, yeah.
Aiden had a kind of mentioned earlier, it's owned by Epic Games, and they recently had some different Unreal Engine for Fortnite come out where you could kind of do it on other platforms. Maybe they'll also be trying that with Fall Guys. We'll see. And I want someone to make a Bob-omb Battlefield level, just a race to
Oh
the
my
top.
god, that would be so fun actually, racing up the bomb battlefield. Like, except it's like, Koopa the Quick, but there's like 99 other, or 35, however many, 59 other, Koopa the Quicks
Yeah.
with you. That would be so fun. I want that.
Going through those little wooden beams and everyone just
Oh yeah, no, it has to be to scale. Like, you cannot scale this up. It has to be the exact same
Yeah.
size. It has to be the width of 3 characters, and that's it. It's gonna be amazing.
wow, that's gonna be narrow.
You have marbles rolling down the mountain. Oh, that'd be so fun.
That sounds pretty great, actually. That would be
Doesn't it?
really good, really fun to recreate.
Oh man, I already tried remaking the Bomb Battlefield in Mario Maker, so I've already got a heads up or leg up on some people here, I think. So I'm gonna be the first to do it. It may not be good, but I'm gonna make it happen, hopefully.
I really look forward to trying to create some Mario levels in this. Like we mentioned, the Sunshine Secret levels. You can do like Galaxy or Galaxy 2 levels, 3D World levels. Like, you could probably recreate some of these things pretty nicely. I would hope, at least.
Galaxy, that'd be tricky because do they have spherical gravity in Fall Guys ever?
They don't have the spherical gravity, but they do have like sections of like anti-gravity where it's like you can like jump much higher or heavier gravity. So maybe not the full effect of Mario Galaxy, but you might be able to splice something together from some of the levels.
Got it.
That-
Vicious Gamer, it starts I believe the stream starts in about 7 minutes, it looks like. So there's nothing much to see right now, but we'll be starting in not too long. But I think that's when the stream starts, but I think the event actually kicks off at 10 a.m., I believe.
Yep, so
Plenty of
about
slack time.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Did you have something you were going to say there, Tom?
No, just thinking about the Battlefield level, just
You're
different
still
creations
stuck on
people
that.
make. But Mario Galaxy Gravity, that would be crazy. Imagine like 30 Fall Guys beings like jumping in the air at the same time and bumping into each other while like floating around a planet. Like, I think that might be a little bit too much for the physics engine. But
No, it'd be
Right.
fun.
I don't care if it's too much. I want it to happen now. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I always love recreating things that I know and love myself, and so it'll be fun. Like, I don't really think I'm too interested in making my own creations. I just want to adapt others and make it in
Well-
Fall Guys.
I have a big twist for that though. Imagine if there were like different planets to go on different routes, but if too many people went to one planet, it would like change the orbit of the planet, so it would make it hard.
Oh my goodness. It just like veers you like out of the solar system. You're just
Yeah.
doomed.
Oh man,
I love that.
that'd be really funny, actually.
Yeah.
I hope in addition to the new builder mode, I do hope they announce something for the new season as well, because we've been on this undersea season that I have behind me
Under
since
season,
like December.
you mean?
Yes, yes, it's under season. We've had this since like December or so. So I'm hoping they also announce when the new season is going to start, and I hope this creative mode lines up with when that launches. That way
Yeah,
we get like a whole
that
bunch
makes
of new
sense.
themes going too.
Would they have teased it though before if it did coincide with it, or
I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
think they would. I mean, the fact that they're making this announcement, and I think it's been said that the new season is clearly going to start soon. they haven't like outright announced it, but they have like all the in-game keys saying like yes, it's going to be starting soon. Like all the, you know, if you haven't finished leveling up yet, here's like the 3 times EXP that started already, and that usually happens like right near the end. So
Gotcha. Super Aiden says, also, I'd imagine that people make Among Us. Imagine people make Among Us inspired levels since they do have Among Us skins in the game. LOL. That could be fun, actually. Especially if there's a way, like, if you're able to make like little challenges, you know, like maybe you have to solve little puzzles along the way or something.
hmm
Yeah,
That
I
could
think
be
they
fun.
do have some like whoever does the best type levels. Maybe you could figure out a similar thing. And Switch Stop dropped by. Hello, Switch Stop. This game will live or die based on how robust it is. Everyone I know stop playing due to lack of new content. If there's an infinite amount of creative obstacles, I'd definitely come back. I think I would
Yeah.
come back.
No,
For
that's a
sure.
good point. Because, you know, when I was on it for a little while when it came to Switch, like I was getting tired of replaying the same challenges over and over. So this will
hmm
obviously, presumably, avoid that. So that would be fun, where you just never know what you're going to get. Like actually, that might be a fun way of going about it. Like if there's a mode where it just takes all these random creations and throws them together, you know, one after another, and just see what happens. Kind of like Mario Maker's like random like campaign mode that
Oh
they
yeah,
had.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a roulette type wheel. Like,
exactly.
what do you get?
Yeah, and as long as, I mean, like Mario Maker, as long as they make it so you have to clear it to be able to upload it, so you know for sure
Right.
it works. That, yeah, I imagine that be a decent system for it then.
Armin says, when are you streaming Dead by Daylight? I need to. I've been addicted to this game for, what, 6 months now, I think,
Yeah.
about. I need to play it. I need to do it on stream. I'm like just wasting my time by not streaming it when I should be. So that game's
Is this gonna be a new multiplayer Wednesday
it
rotation
might
for
have
you?
to be, yeah. My sister just recently, my niece started playing it with me a few weeks ago, and then my sister now, who's watched me play it before, she wanted to get into it, even though she's not like a big competitive gamer. But like, it's so funny because she's like freaking out the entire time as we're playing, and I just hear her screaming over the headset. So, anyways, yes, that needs to happen soon. Super Aiden says, in the 100 Mario challenge. Yes, actually, that reminds me of another thing. We could recreate that original Mario 128 demo from the
Oh.
GameCube way back in the day. You're like on a single disc.
Ooh.
We're like pushing all the other Marios off. Like we need something. We need to recreate that here. So
You roll one
Ooh.
off the edge.
exactly.
You could probably, yeah, you could probably do that. Ooh, oh, that's interesting. Alpha Cat, this starts in about 9 minutes at the top of the hour. The little premiere countdown thing starts in about 5 minutes, but the actual event starts in at the top of the hour.
Oh, Mark Cole's here, who says Andre went from Fortnite with Dad Ray to DBD with an Easter egg. Yeah, that's pretty much right. That's right. I haven't barely even touched Fortnite at all since I found Dead by Daylight. So
That's surprising, wasn't it? Like up there in your game of the year,
yep,
like
and then
category last year.
I dropped it like I don't know, something you drop quickly.
Wow.
Dropped it quick like PUBG for Fortnite.
Exact. Actually, that's not inaccurate. But yeah, I'm trying to think what other fun things I might want to recreate or try to recreate in Fall Guys. Like what other like obstacle like course. I mean, I guess 3D Land, 3D World, like almost any of those
Yeah.
levels could be adapted.
You know what I really hope we get at some point that, I mean, I still doubt will happen, but I still really hope for. I want like Nintendo themed costumes in this game.
Yes.
Like we have all the cool Sonic ones. We have some really wild other crossovers. There's like SpongeBob in this season right now. There's Invincible going on. They have Godzilla. Like they have tons of different crossover costumes. And I know Nintendo's kind of wary about having their costumes appear on other platforms, but they found ways around it for other games. Come on, if you're playing on a Switch, let me have like a Toad costume or something.
Yeah, Nintendo's so ridiculously uptight about that stuff, and it'd be just fun to see those characters represented in Fall Guys, especially with now the level creator, where you can create all kinds of things, which may actually strengthen Nintendo's perspective of not allowing their own characters in the game, but whatever. Alex McCune says, "Hey, I've been using your guide for 3D World to get 100%. Any advice for the World Crown?" Oh my God, World Crown is a nightmare.
Yes.
Also, I don't remember anything offhand beyond just like Mario in the Mario movie. You gotta stick with it. You gotta learn that you can't give up. So that's all I got. I got nothing else for you.
No, it really isn't. It's about it's really about like trying to learn the ins and out of the intricacies of those levels and trying to take what you learn in your trial and error process and overcome it.
They're challenging. Yeah, try not to get frustrated. So good luck with those.
Yeah.
Here.
I
Oh,
would say
Alex.
just
Oh, go ahead, Tom.
I'd just say like watch videos of other people beating it if you get stuck. So
That's
That's
true.
true too.
Alex says, I got a suggestion. Why not recreate Champions Road? Any advice to clear it once I reach it? Because I was using the video guide to get 100% for 3D World, so this is the same Alex as before. Yeah, Champions Road. Oh my god, that would be such a long Fall Guys level. Like it would take.
I'm thinking of most of the obstacles too, and I think majority of them you actually could replicate to a degree in Fall Guys. So that might be possible. Be really difficult, but
Yeah.
that might be possible.
Maybe.
I wonder with these levels though if we would have to scale it for more players. Like
Yeah, some of them you would. Some of them you absolutely would. If it's too narrow, it gets bottlenecked way too quickly, and especially if it's a race. Then
Yeah.
I mean, if you get like stuck in the back there, unless there's something that's gonna like take out everyone up ahead, you're never catching up at that point.
They create a funnel towards the end.
Yeah, there you go.
Austin says you guys have 60 seconds left. That's right. It's about to start. At least the premiere or the video stream or whatever should start. So we're nearly there. How excited are you, Triss?
I'm pretty excited. I've been like getting back into Fall Guys again lately. The past few months I kind of dropped off a little bit because we've been in the season for so long. But this new wave of new content is like really exciting me, and the fact that this might be some really big stuff. So I'm definitely excited to see what's next.
Nice. Yeah, because
Chris, if you have to choose between Tears of the Kingdom and Fall Guys after this, which one will it be?
oh my god.
Okay, well clearly in that case I'm choosing Zelda.
But you can just recreate Tears of the Kingdom in this.
Could you imagine if you could create like crazy like Tears of the Kingdom style vehicles in this?
Oh, their stream is countdown starting. Well, you could have like a fan to blow people up into Sky Islands.
Chat, how's everything sounding right now? I might actually turn up. There we go. Let me know if that's sounding okay right now with the volume turned up, just for testing purposes on the stream. So
I feel like every time I watch a YouTube premiere, the animation is like completely different.
I think I remember this one at least once before. But it's so weird. Like these premieres are so weird, but it looks like it has such a strong brand identity, but it's not at all related to the thing you're watching, you know? So
yeah.
Oh, I do remember this one with like the little balls rolling.
Yeah, I keep switching. It's kind of mesmerizing.
Yeah, it really is mesmerizing. Actually, I really do like the effort put into these, but like you're right, it feels like it has such a strong brand identity, but there's no brand put anywhere.
Yeah,
for any of it.
Right, exactly. It feels like it's a stream by YouTube, but it's only on YouTube. It's for something else entirely. Of course, being Fall Guys, it's very strange. I mean, it looks more like Pokeballs right now, actually.
Yeah, like nice little capsules.
Yeah.
It could be worse. It could be like a movie and it's just car commercials endlessly.
That is true, Tom.
That's true. It's a good thing it's not like all the advertisements at the start of a movie.
I shouldn't have said that. I've given them ideas now.
Sylvie says the question is, what will be the first stage made? Oh man. Well, the first stage made is gonna be something terrible. Like it's gonna be like a platform and that's it. So like a single platform. But the first good stage, now that's a question.
That's what everybody's gonna be racing to do. Trying
Gotta be
to come
Mario
up with the first
1-1.
really good stage.
Speaking of racing, DW4 smashes Monkey Balls, lol. Yes, Monkey Ball stages. Oh, that'd be fun.
Ooh,
I don't know if
that
it'll
could be
fully
cool.
work, but
You could do the you could have optional routes that are tougher. That would be a risk versus reward situation. That would be pretty good.
yeah.
Fall Guys has like a slide mechanic, so while you may not be able to do like rolling around on the monkey ball, you can make a whole level based on a slide that you could probably replicate some of the intricacies of monkey ball that way.
True.
Could you have a big jump at the end of the slide? And then
Yes.
you have to aim for
Yes,
a
you could.
target.
Dimitri,
Oh no.
Dimitri, to switch topics real quick, says, Andre, considering how disappointing all the Switch Mario sports games have been, I would prefer a Mario Super Sluggers remaster with improvements instead of a new baseball game. Yeah, at this point I'd agree. I don't trust Nintendo sports teams anymore. So just remake the old ones, and I'm cool with that. Although I would actually prefer... Wait, is that the GameCube one? I think that's the GameCube one they mentioned there, right?
Super Sluggers is the Wii one.
Oh, okay. See, I actually want the GameCube one. That's the best one to me, but
Yeah, I
I'll
love
take
the
either
GameCube
that in
one.
this case.
So
I'll
much
take
energy.
I'll take gameplay of the GameCube one, but the content of the Wii one.
There we go. Austin says they do have a Monkey Ball costume. That's right. So
That's right.
it was meant to be.
That's right.
Sega's, yeah, see, Sega gets it. Sega's all about putting their IP out there in other games. So
Yeah, there's been a lot of Sega here in Fall Guys. You have tons of Sonic costumes. You have Monkey Ball costume. You have Hatsune Miku costumes.
That's right.
There's some pretty funny ones.
how long until Shadow ends up in Fortnite?
Oh gosh.
Why? He has a gun, so it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
Maybe
saying.
the one that makes the most sense. Just a couple of minutes left.
This reminds me of like a Pee Wee Herman type thing. I don't know, like Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Why?
It's got like just the way things are moving, like the claymation style, the vibrant, well, kind of more subdued colors, but still they pop. Looks like a Pee Wee's Playhouse wall thing.
I don't know. There's no talking chair.
Not yet. There's still a minute left on. Chat, real quick, as we get into this, let us know how it sounds. Once we get to it, but we can't tell ourselves, so hopefully you can hear everything okay, but if anything's off, let us know. So,
I imagine there'll be a lot of like narrating from the host and everything too, so we'll have to balance that out a bit.
I imagine.
Different than this, where it's just this almost elevatory background music.
By the way, my countdown's at about 25 now, just in case that matters.
Wow, I'm at 30. I want to reboot or relaunch the window and see what happens.
15 seconds.
Oh, all right. Oh, the music's picking up too.
Yeah, I know, it's getting intense. Alfie, a Crash Bandicoot crossover would be really good, actually.
That would be fun for them. That would
Man,
be
it's gonna explode or something. Okay, Ned's went to black.
Endless spinning.
Here we go. It's like Mario Maker hat, construction hat.
not an actual gameplay footage. All the different things going on. I love the little silly animations that they do for Fall Guys. They're so charming.
They're cute.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff there.
Hello and welcome here to the Fall Guys HQ. I'm Leah Alexandra.
Fall Guys
and
HQ looks like a
today we're
fun
getting
place.
into all
Maybe a
things
dangerous place to work.
cars. Drumroll, please. Fall Guys Creative is launching on the 10th of May.
Oh, that's soon.
Yes. With the
Okay.
launch just around the corner, we
All right.
thought today we dig into all the juicy
Next
details
Wednesday.
about the latest update. But that's not all. We've got some exclusive teasers. That's right. We have so much exciting stuff planned for 2023 and beyond, and today we're going to take a sneak peek and meet the people who are making it happen.
Yeah, so
let's
taking a look
get
at like
into
things
it.
going
And
forward
where
too.
better to
Nice,
start
good.
than with a quick chat with creative director Joe Walsh.
Let's realize something.
Hello, Joe, and welcome to the beautiful Fall Guys HQ library. Now, you are here to talk about creative, but before we do that, we've got a few questions about the direction the game has been going. So, what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so it's been a long time in development, the new season update, and I think we want to mention that that's something that's kind of going to continue over the course of the year. We're looking to make some
Just
big
Joe,
changes
no
to
last
Fall
name,
Guys.
just Joe.
And that means that seasons are going to get slightly longer to give us the time to kind of make these big changes. But,
Longer seasons, Tris.
There's going to be
Okay,
big
longer seasons.
additions happening.
As long as we
during the
know
season
that
as
they're
well,
going to
so
be
we're not
longer
gonna get
seasons,
those
that's fine.
Long droughts of content
Yeah.
that we've maybe had in the past. It's worth talking about vaulting as well. It's always a hot topic with our community. That's something that's going to continue as we go into the new season. Old
makes
rounds are
sense.
coming back. Some of them are going into the vault. But it's worth mentioning that these things are like really paying dividends for the dev team. It's allowing us to really focus on the launch of the new season of Creative, which is, a big change to the game.
So, creative sounds like no small task. It must have been pretty difficult to implement such a huge part of the game. So, I mean, how was that for you?
Yeah, it's been the single biggest change that we've ever made to the game, and it's really exciting to finally give players like the keys to the kingdom. Basically, like we're finally going to see the types of rounds that people
That staircase
want
in the
to
background's
make,
real
crazy
dangerous with that
ideas
hammer
that we
rotating
never
down
thought of
it.
as developers. And this is kind of only the start of it as well. Like the creative that we launched with Season 4 is just the beginning. We're going to be adding new obstacles, new round types, new
Launching
themes
with
to
Season 4,
Creative as
okay.
well.
There we go.
It's all going to keep growing.
So Season
as
4
we
also
make
starts
changes
next Wednesday,
to Fall
everybody.
Guys over the next few years.
So it really sounds like a cycle can develop, the players inspire the devs, devs inspire the players, and you all come up with something really interesting and unique together. But I mean, how is that going to shape the future of Fall Guys, do you think?
Yeah, so one of the main changes is that from now on, the dev team at Mediatonic are going to be using the creative tools to build levels for the game exclusively. That means that we can launch more content than we ever have before. With the launch of Season 4, we're going to be dropping
that's interesting. Levels are now going to be
over
made
50
using these
rounds
creative
throughout
tools.
the course of the season, which is way more than we've ever managed before. Another thing which is also really helpful is that for the first time we can start tweaking the levels over the air, so we won't need to push new updates live to fix bugs, which is again like a big problem we've always had with the game.
Pretty
so all of
powerful
these things
tool,
are just going to make the content so much richer and so much more varied from this point forwards, really.
And not to understate it, because that is really, really cool. Their players are going to be using the same tools that the devs are using, and getting a little taste of that game development process as well, which is really fun. Now, if I was to go and build,
I do like that.
myself,
So it's the
how
same
would I do it?
tools, which is very
So
nice.
once
That
you've
also makes
completed
it
your round
probably
and you've proved
intricate.
that it's possible, you'll get a
Oh,
share
no.
code, and you can
That's
then
it,
share that code with
improved.
your friends, and you can fire that up in a custom lobby with your friends or on your own. If you just want to play other people's rounds solo, that's totally fine as well. We're going to be kind of curating the best rounds that are trending as well, and so each week we're going to be trying to put live a sideshow of all the best content from the community, and you might even get your round into the main show. We're also going to be adding and improving the discoverability stuff, so hopefully in the future it will just get even easier for you to find the types of rounds that you want to play.
Very cool. Another work in progress. It just keeps
Okay,
getting
so they're
better.
going to be improving
Amazing.
discoverability.
So
You'll be able to
earlier.
use codes
Each season
to
does
play
seem to have its
them.
own very, very
They'll have a
specific
show
theme.
each week that rotates
Is
out
this
with
the
popular
idea?
ones. That's
Season
really neat,
4 is
actually.
launching with a digital theme. It's sort of a pastel-y vaporwave inspired theme. And this theme is
Digital.
launching with a bunch of really cool retro digital costumes and a new obstacle called the Boom Blaster as well, which is sort of a hybrid between a punch glove and one of the lily pads as well. So something new for people to play with. All of this stuff is going into creative on day one for you to start making levels with.
Well, the Boom Blaster sounds like it's going to be fun
Oh,
and
wow.
absolutely infuriating. So I cannot wait to get hands on with that and build with it as well from day one, which is very exciting. Are there any other little changes in the season we can get a sneak peek of?
Yeah, there's a
Carlos
whole bunch
says
more
these are a
stuff.
lot of words for it'll be
the
like
show selector
Fortnite.
is getting like a fresh coat of paint, so you'll be able to now have way more stuff live through the show selector, kind of creative rounds, other stuff. Also, body blocking is something that we know the community have wanted improvements to for a long time. So we've taken a look at the code there, and we're kind of changing the way you jostle and bump against other players, so it should feel more
interesting. They're
fluid and
changing
more
the kind
fun
of
and more
physics of body
satisfying.
blocking.
Finally, we're going to be changing the way season passes work. Season passes are going away and we're replacing them with a shorter fame pass. So you're going to have multiple fame passes each season. These fame passes are going to be shorter, more bite-sized, 40 tiers to each one, and they're going to cost 600 showbucks, so they're going to be cheaper. This is going to allow players to kind of feel good about completing those things in a more
that's a lot
bite-sized
better.
way. Which
That
kind
is
of
a lot
matches
better
way
than
that
just the
people
season
tend to play
pass.
Fall Guys. But they're still going to be full of amazing costumes, our own costumes, kind of collaboration costumes as well. So yeah, really excited to launch that with Season 4 as well.
Thank you so much, Joe. I cannot wait to dive in. And we actually
that's a
have
lot of
a
big
sneak
changes
peek
coming
of
next
the
week,
first
honestly.
Fame Pass right now. Check it out.
So what's coming in this first one? Is that a computer? I like these low poly costumes. There's something charming about
Yeah,
them.
there is. That'll be perfect for the Bomb Battlefield stage.
That would be.
Slime Climb is back to Sylvie.
I love Slime Climb,
It sounds
but it's
fun.
still one of my favorites after all this time.
What did I tell you? We've
Yeah, you
only
got a
just
bunch of
started
funny
the
little-
show,
little
and
low
already
poly
we know that
costumes.
next season your Fall Guys will step into the digital realm. Creators will be able to work with the same tools as the developers.
Those hexagons, I
We're
think that'd be a
dropping
pretty good level.
50 new rounds throughout the season. Whew. You want more?
Yeah, 50 new rounds throughout the
Today's
season.
reveal
By
is
comparison,
about
there's
giving
normally
you a
about
full
8
exploration
new
of
season.
creative. So let's
50
skip
is a
that
lot.
and jump on over to the Mediatonic studio, where the team there are going to walk us through how you go about creating a
Okay,
brand
sweet. I was
new
hoping they're gonna show the actual creator. I'm like, where's the creator at? Show it.
I know.
Everyone, I'm Adina.
And I'm Max.
And today
They gotta
we're gonna
tease
give
it
you
first, talk
creative
about it at
and
first.
build a round
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, so
I think
let's
people would
just get
bounce
right
out
into
if you showed it right
So
away.
from the get-go,
Yep.
we have the new creative tab where you can now create new rounds and load previous rounds, but we're going to start a new round.
Yeah,
so we're going to
let's
go
go.
straight into that. From the beginning, you can immediately see it's going to ask you what mode you want to make. For now, we're just going to build a race. There will be more coming eventually, but for now, we're just going to
Okay.
build a race. And the same with the theming. so you can change the sort of theming of your race or other modes as
Oh,
well.
you can edit
So we're gonna
other
go for
ones, I
original.
guess.
Just a bit of a disclaimer here. Remember that this is a dev build,
Yes.
and there could be some slight changes on release.
From the get-go, you're going to be greeted with a whole new UI that you're probably not used to seeing when playing Fall Guys. First thing you're going to want to acknowledge is that in the top left there's a checklist. So you're going to need a start line and a finish line for a race.
Start line,
You'll
finish
also
line.
see that you can move the cursor around with the left stick, and obviously rotate the camera with the right stick. And we've got our start line here to get us started. A few things that when you're going to start building this round out is we've got our objects list when you press right on the D-pad. Immediately you're greeted with a whole bunch of icons that might not immediately make sense. So let's walk through it a little.
Let's go.
So we have our platforms tab, which is just our static geometry. Blocks and barriers, which are good little static bits of
What are
geometry
these
that aren't quite
little
floors
bench
and
icons
walls,
about?
but rather small little
Yeah,
obstacles
you get a
can place.
budget of
We have our
1,000.
moving surfaces. We have
Oh,
obstacles,
yeah, I
which
see.
you'll all know and
That makes sense.
recognize, things like our pendulums. And
Yeah,
our
so you got to make
cannons,
sure not to
and our little bits of
overpopulate your
decoration,
level too
which,
much.
Sort of add a little bit of flavor to your rounds.
You don't want the game
and
crashing
you
for
can use
people
sort
on
of
Buddha.
Place them at the end to kind of give you around a bit of depth. You can see across all of the objects that you can place that there is a number attached to them. That affects your budget in the top right.
We're
Once
ahead of you
reach
there.
the end of that budget, you're not allowed to build anything else.
Figured it
For
out.
that reason, it's good to build the bare bones out of your round, get the basic gameplay concepts, and then add layers on top of that from there. In terms of your
It's looking good so far. It's looking
okay.
simple.
Yeah.
Up and down, moving
Let's
around
see
with
him
the
start
stick, as
putting a
said,
bunch of
and you can
things
zoom in
in.
and out for those finer details. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's
So,
dive in.
First things first, we should probably figure out how many players we want our round to be, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into changing our settings
Oh,
here.
you can set that.
And
I think we
can-
should go for a medium
You think medium?
round. Yeah.
So you don't want to build
Okay,
a small
like small,
starting
medium,
line and
large.
then an incredibly wide level. So we got our medium
Not like
starting
two.
line.
Yeah.
So Edie, I think you've got an idea of where we're going from here, right?
Yeah, I wanted to play with the Doordash.
Okay, sure. Let's get some Doordash doors in here.
Yeah.
Three's looking a little small.
Yeah, make it 5.
Again, on each of our objects, you can change the properties of each object. Most of the objects have different properties.
That's pretty
some
nice.
to color, some to just general values. So in this instance, I can change the amount of doors and how many of them will actually be open or closed. What do you want to do with this?
You're going to rotate them horizontally.
So we're going to line that up, and then
Oh,
we're
what?
going to
A
get
little bit of floor.
a little bit of flooring.
They can be
This
like
will
floor
snap.
doors?
You have snap
floor doors?
properties,
Which makes life way easier.
which does make life easier. When you've not got anything selected, you can go to your tools and you can select snapping. So you can do camera snapping and object snapping, and then we're going
Oh,
to
the
snap
snapping sounds
our
pretty
DoorDash
helpful.
doors onto that.
This was like when I edited in
Great.
Vegas.
Now I think you're going to take all of that and make another level of it.
Okay, cool. So we're going to go into our tools again. We're going to go to multi-select. This allows us to
Good.
create a paintbrush.
Nice.
Ooh,
Select the
multi-select,
objects we
that's
want to
helpful.
copy. We're going to
Okay, this is
copy
looking like a
those,
huge win so
bring them
far.
down.
And you make
Yeah.
it
Try
very
and,
fast as well.
try and line that up. So if it doesn't line up, that's fine. You can just keep moving it around till you feel it meets your perfect creation.
Okay.
Should we test that a little bit?
Yeah, let's give it a little test. So we can come on in, you can press the button on the controller that states at the top,
Yeah.
and you can just dive in, and
Literally,
it will,
Copy and
anytime
paste is a
Yeah,
very
of the
important thing.
process.
it will
Yes,
put you where
yes, it
you
is.
select your cursor, so you can test from anywhere in your round. So we can see that that works. Copy this, do
That's
the same
what
thing.
I
I
did. Yeah,
see.
third row of it. And that's what's really fun also with creative is you can use any obstacles and just rotate them, try to experiment with them.
Do things that we've not normally done in our previous rounds.
Exactly.
So we're gonna copy some more platform, and I think this is a good place to get a little checkpoint in, which is sat in the platform section. Similarly with everything else, you'll see that it comes in a little too big for what we're
okay, yeah,
making. That's
checkpoints.
fine. We'll just bring this out, change the settings, make it a little smaller
Smaller.
to meet what we want,
Perfect.
and snap that in. Now, I've got an idea for this section. I'm thinking we get two slime
does seem really
platforms
nice.
on either side with a conveyor coming against us and some little bollards to make it a bit sneaky.
Let's go.
Yeah, so we're gonna just make that quite thin.
I wonder if it
drag
lets you
that out.
simulate
As you can see, we're
players
just
with
grabbing
AI.
objects from the object pool, copying
Oh,
them,
that'd be
making them
interesting to
perfect
actually get a
size,
test.
and just
To actually get to
filling
test
in.
it
So
with
we're gonna
a bunch of other
bollards. We're gonna whack these in a nice
Iggy
little
says,
sort of
He's
triangle
realized he can
formation,
recreate the secret
just so
slides
we
of
get a
Mario
bunch of players
64.
funneling
Yes,
in.
that'd
Yes.
be perfect.
Oh,
That would be perfect.
Including the
Copy
shortcut in the first one. You can just jump
so
off.
With the paint
Yeah, I was
tool, you
thinking
don't
that
have to
right away.
hold it. You can just kind of drag things out as you want.
the secret
copy
tunnel.
that. I don't even have to redo all of that work. So we're now gonna select our final little baller because we just want one in the middle. There we go. We've immediately got our 2 paths. We're now gonna get
conveyor
the
you
conveyor.
mentioned.
Yeah.
I
So
love the
we're gonna
interface so
set
far. It's
this
looking really
in the
simple.
settings. Similarly, we've
It's
got
really
a lot of
snappy
options
and it
here.
looks really simple.
We're gonna set
Yeah.
this to go
As it should be.
reverse. We're gonna have this at normal speed because I think fast might be a bit
Won't
too
be
much.
too
Bit too much. And then we're gonna conjoin this with a standard platform, really short section, nice and sweet. Drag this out, and then because I'm feeling just a little bit fiendish, we're gonna get some hammers in there as well. Now hammers,
Oh, no,
similarly,
not
you
the
might have seen
hammers.
sometimes they're like in this position in previous rounds. This time we're gonna have them sideways. So you can use the same object in a different way to achieve the same goal. So I'm gonna put that one there. We're gonna put this one here, and we're gonna rotate it round. Now, something you can do, if we go into play here, you'll see that they kind of go at the same time. And if that's what you want, that's great. But if you want something a little more chaotic,
no.
you can just
You
put
can
a little
offset
delay
them.
on them.
Perfect.
And then I'm thinking you get a checkpoint in there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
exactly.
fun. You
That's
could
actually
actually
perfect.
like
Do the
offset
same
them.
thing.
That's really
Actually, we'll
neat.
just copy this one. Because you know what? Saves time.
An exact same size as we need as well, so perfect.
So now that we've got this this checkpoint, and I did the previous section, what are you thinking we should do for the next
Yeah,
one?
so I was thinking that we could add a little bit of verticality again to the level because we went down. Let's go back up a little.
no,
She's
I'm-
all about
let's do
verticality.
Let's do that. And
She
this is
knows what's
great
up,
about
Tris.
creative. If you and your friends just want to
And
get
what's
together,
down, evidently.
bounce ideas off each other and just create something on the fly, you
Yeah.
can do that.
Let's put a little drum on
Okay, yeah,
each
yeah.
of the path, adding a little Lily Lippers.
A little
vibe.
Lippers inspiration.
Yeah, a little
So
Lily
far, it
Lippers
seems like
inspiration to the
they've
level.
done a good job.
Now,
with this
the
tool.
drums are a bit tall, so I think we might need to add
And
them.
it does seem
ramps.
very simple to
Yeah.
work with, which
You
is
need
very
to push
helpful.
ramps.
As I said, we've like every object, these are customizable.
Have they shown you can, like,
so
color-
we kinda
recolor
need the height
things?
here, so we're gonna need to change.
I haven't
the
seen that
settings.
yet.
We're gonna need a larger.
That might
slope.
depend
Let's make
on
it a
the
bit
theme of
shorter,
the course.
And then change the color.
Yeah, I haven't
Let's
seen
Yeah,
that
to make
yet.
it different as well.
That
on
or
the
like
floor.
making.
Oh, there you go, color.
Extend this out by one.
All right, perfect.
There we go.
Right when you
That's
asked.
all.
Yeah,
They heard you.
I should ask for more things.
Now, after
Where's our
the
Mario
drum,
skin,
you can
darn
put
it?
Little blocks, you know, to have a little platform to land on.
So let's do that, and then we'll cut this in.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly
and
what I
copy
had in
this
mind.
out. There we go.
Awesome.
I'm glad I'm reading your mind here. So what are you feeling after this?
So I want to make them different, you know, like 2 different
Okay, yeah, yeah.
challenges. I was thinking for the left one, we could go with this
I love
fan,
when
yeah.
levels do
Yeah, yeah,
that, when like
Okay,
there's 2 different
let's put
paths
these
and they're
fans
very
in.
different.
You can see
Which one's
that when I
better?
try and place the object, it goes
Yeah, and you
red.
just
This
choose
is
the
because
completely
the
wrong
object
path.
itself is probably going to collide with the other object.
Let's
To-
change their settings.
Yeah, change
a
the
little
settings, yeah.
bit. Anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
Just
Normal
add
as well.
fire
Give it
if
a
you
little bit of
wanted
a
to.
delay,
Yeah,
maybe.
I want to make like one path that
And
like
this
is like
one
stupidly
clockwise.
impossible, but if you can make it, you're like
Fast.
way ahead of the
A
others.
little more. I
Yeah, it's
know
just
where
like
you're going
10
with
feet, and
this.
the other one's like
And
a
then
mile long.
what do you think for the other side?
Maybe we'll go with the.
Oh, now I'm getting
the
ideas for something like
rotating
that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
Maybe
That is gonna be really
I'm already
fun.
there. Same thing as the other side.
Yeah, I love like just how
So
freeing this
immediately we
looks.
can
Like
go
there don't
play
appear to like
this,
any
check this
guardrails or
out.
anything.
It's
You
always
know.
worthwhile if you're going to build
Figurative
a split
guardrail-
path around.
guardrails.
You want to make sure that both sides are
Yeah.
achievable.
Because there are literal ones.
Yeah.
I'm awful at these, but- oh.
Well, you're doing great for someone who's awful at them.
And let's check the other side. Oh, whirligig vibes here. I'm
Oh,
feeling
you can make a
it's fine.
TikTok clock
We're all
with
good.
these things.
Brilliant.
Oh
Now,
my
we need to bring these
goodness.
in line, and I
That's
have
gonna be
the
cool.
Perfect idea.
Oh, I'm
We
doing
just
it.
need some seesaws. Yeah. And I love the little seesaws they have. this
only if
lovely
you have
white
the
line, so you
time.
can from above.
Perfect
Where
to
to
align
line them
them.
up. And we get that last one in there. Change the colors, just, you know,
Oh,
give it a little
God,
bit
that's a lot of
flavor.
seesaws.
Lovely.
Loving this, yeah.
And then
He's
another
over the
check.
halfway point
Yeah,
of his
let's
budget.
go.
Wonderful.
Oh.
And now I think we should do the last dash
Yeah.
to the end of the level.
Wrap up the level.
Yeah?
Have a little idea of where I want to go there. Let's have some
You're gonna have
Okay.
a slime floor.
So-
aren't you?
slime
I
floor
knew you were
and
gonna
The
say
one thing that
sliding
concerns
down
me is
to
they're
the
almost
end,
they're
yes.
already
So
most of the
have
way
a
to the
little
budget
longer
limit.
ramp.
That
Think
is
we-
Just a little
concerning.
longer.
Yeah, a little longer?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're gonna rotate this.
Might be
to
hard to create a mountain.
front. And then we're gonna
Yeah,
get a
that's
second
what I'm worried about.
one.
Make
get
it steeper.
Make it steeper.
TikTok clock,
Get
at
that
least,
in
it's just
there.
like
Yes, we
a
can.
nice.
Lovely.
vertical
We can do
shaft
little
that might be
test.
possible
Yeah.
for
I
half
love
of
that we
it.
can't
Right.
see
Can't
the
see the
second one.
Well, this just exudes chaotic vibes. So
It
let's keep this
Brilliant.
going.
I think you could add a little challenge to it.
Yeah?
And put some pendulums over there.
And then I'm thinking at the end of this, let's have one
Ooh.
right at the end.
Cheeky.
They're definitely
Very
gonna go to
cheeky.
fill it the
just to
budget to
kind
show
of
us kind of
get
how
that
much
right
you can
before
get
we
in
place
a
our
single one. I
finish line.
think.
Create a
I
lot
think
of
that's the goal
moments
here.
as well.
And then we're gonna, I think we can place our finish line.
Yeah, let's go.
Darn you,
And now,
level creator
there,
budgets,
that
the bane
is
of my
our
existence.
round.
We're done.
And look at that. It looks like a very simple, straightforward round. We did this in a really short period
Just
of time.
make
but
you
we already
more
have something
creative.
You can just play and test out. So now that we're done, we now need to go through and publish this. So what you want to do when you're ready and you're done
Okay,
with your
never
round,
mind, they're
you're
not
gonna
going
press
to max it out.
start button or the button appropriate to your controller. Firstly, I recommend saving. That will just automatically save the round and also
Recommend
generate
saving,
settings so
yes,
you can press
ideally.
that later. It just makes
Good
sure you don't
idea.
lose any progress while you're building things. And we're
Cloudy
gonna hit the
zebra.
publish flow.
Yeah, let's go.
So let's go.
Gives a little intro camera of
Nice.
the level as well.
Something that you obviously probably recognized from our previous rounds. So we wanted
Yeah,
to make
you
sure
have to
that you've
test
got
it,
your
yep.
own little intro
It
camera.
didn't crash on him
Alright, so
before
let's see if
saving.
we
It's not the
can,
true
let's go.
experience.
Now,
Yeah.
so you can see because we changed the open doors, it's we set it to 2, right? So
Yeah.
oh,
Dimitri was
awful at this.
saying,
Oh,
was the
I'm
budget
awful.
2,000 instead of
Come on,
1,000 if
there
you
we
pick a
go.
longer level?
Oh, that's a
that's
good
true.
one.
The past
That might depend on the size of the level. Yeah.
something to take in mind when
Good
you're
call.
building these out. Is
Yeah, but I
that
think we did do
depending on
2,000
how
earlier,
many
didn't
players
we?
You're building for, you'll want to make sure there's space.
We might have.
for players
We
to
might
get
have.
through.
So yeah, it might
whilst
depend on the
may
size of the level.
seem Fairly easy.
Or
on
size of
the
the level
one
or
hand, it's
amount of
probably
players
gonna
in
be
the
a bit
level
harder
kind
when
of
the
thing.
players
20
are going
players.
through it,
Yeah. You are doing great.
No fails yet.
Yet.
All right. Yet.
Sylvie says
I
there's the
don't
first
wanna
published
jinx it.
map. That's right. We
Yeah.
now know it's
You know,
true.
we
Yeah.
should have
Yep.
we should have changed
We
the
should have
pendulum
done
timers.
little delays.
But that's the thing, you can change the flavor to however you want it to, and you know. And I should have jumped. Okay, I'll make sure I jump. This
I wonder
time.
if you
Yeah,
can
this time do
iterate
not
on your
forget to
levels,
jump.
or you have to kind of
Sometimes
delete it and
You
start
got it
over.
right.
Yeah, or can you download other
Yeah,
people's
we
levels
got
and
there, we
modify
got there.
them?
So now that like
It looks like
done
you
the
could
testing
earlier,
through,
like
and
you
we
could
can now
load
choose
another
to
map.
publish. So we can either cancel this if we want to make some changes, or you didn't like the round that you made. Similar to the pendulums, where we realized they're
Yeah.
all on the same timing, so we could change that if we wanted.
I think we're good
I think we're
for
good.
this run through.
So let's just publish this, and that gives us
There it
our
is.
share
Share
code.
code.
Nice.
From there, you
And
can
there's a
like
share code.
hand that around to your friends, put it out into the online community, and get players in your rounds.
Yeah, I hope this little run through gave you a good idea of what
Okay, so yeah,
creators
like
can
Mario
do.
Maker in that case.
And yeah, it's all about build your round, play it, and share it with your friends and the community. We're super excited to see what you guys can come up with and what you're gonna build. And yeah, we're looking forward to play what you're gonna make.
We've been doing this for a long time, so we're super excited to see the things that
Definitely.
you folks create. But yeah, and I think
We
that's
should
it
be
from us, right?
afraid of what we're going to create.
Catch you later. See you in another
Bye.
video. Bye.
They don't have to play it. They don't have to be afraid.
Build, play,
So it says no public
share.
sharing?
It's as
Oh,
easy
yeah.
So they
as
mentioned
that.
they mentioned
Remember,
that they're
Creative
going to
will
be
be
taking a
launching
look at
with
like
original and digital
popular
themes, and
levels,
you'll be
and they're
able
going to
to
put
create
those in
your
a public
places on
rotation every
launch.
week.
But we'll also be adding more round types, themes, obstacles, and music in future updates. Whew. So
So
now
yeah,
you've
so it sounds
heard
like
all
at
that,
launch
you're
the
probably ready
creative
to
is
jump
going to
in
have some
and start
limitations.
building. And we've got
It's going to be
things
like just
to
races,
help
I think
you.
they just said, but there'll be more types added.
Firstly, make
over
sure you're
time.
a member of
Which
the
I guess
Fall
makes
Guys
sense
Discord
instead of
server, where
instead
you'll
of
be able to share your creative
everything at
around
once all
share
there.
codes.
A bit overwhelming
Next,
even
if
for
you're
them to
looking for
add.
some pointers
So
or inspiration, then keep an eye out for our brand new YouTube series. Finally, the Mediatonic team will be roaming through their favorite creations to add to specially constructed creator round playlists, and they will be in the
yeah.
live shows
there
tab.
you go.
Now, who's your favorite Fall Guys character? Are you a fan of the mysterious Silent, the ever-optimistic Pink, or maybe it's the mechanically minded Clovis? Personally, I'm rather partial to Banana, something about those eyebrows. Well, we're lucky enough to be joined by senior writer Murray Lewis, who's going to take us
All
on a
right.
deep dive into the world of Fall Guys.
We're not going to follow up. No follow-up questions.
Hello, Murray, and welcome to the library. We are surrounded by, if you have an eagle eye, you'll notice some of the characters here who do actually have.
And she
quite
is wearing a shirt with
role in
bananas.
the story, the narrative
There we
of
go.
Fall Guys.
What?
So, as I'm introducing you to this library, why don't you tell us how you've introduced a narrative to Fall Guys and what that's been like?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a lot of fun.
The narrative of
finding
Fall
ways
Oh,
Guys.
to
apparently our
introduce
stream's acting
new
up.
characters, new stories
Uh-oh.
to that world.
Hopefully
it's
we're
very
back.
vibrant. It's very fun just to play around in, really. You know, having all these beans to tell stories with.
That's the sentence you ever expected you'd be saying, right? And then the sky's the limit when you've got like such a insanely like open concept universe, right, as Fall Guys. But there are some main characters at the moment, so why don't you tell us about who they are?
Yeah, so going all the way back to the beginning, the original launch of
Interesting.
Fall
I'll be right
Guys,
back.
we've always had
One sec.
Pink,
Oh, all right.
who is our kind of every bean
Hunter doesn't
also,
want to see the lore.
introduced slightly later, but has been around
Make sure
again
there's
for a
not
long
a huge
time.
amount
is
of
Clovis,
downloading going
who
on.
is, Pink's best friend, and they are an engineer.
Morning,
And then we
Paul.
started to introduce more
Paul's in
narrative-focused
chat.
characters like Silent, who is a showrunner. They do their best to just create the best shows that they possibly can, but they also have this fascination with the world of Fall Guys.
I think
and
it's lagging a lot
trying
right
to
now.
find out a bit more about the history
Is it
of,
that
of
bad
the
right
world
now?
that they're
I think
in.
so.
And then they're helped
Huh,
by
wonder why.
Banana, who is their assistant showrunner. And then
Yeah, it
more
sounds like
recently,
some
we've
folks are
started to
saying
introduce
so is-
characters like Hypebean, who you would have seen in the trailer for Free For All. They're kind of a celebrity in the world of Fall Guys in the Blunderdome. And then we've also got Stash and Sally, who you would have seen at the end of that trailer. And
I gotta
also we
say,
brought them into
as much
the-
as I do
the
really
following
like Fall Guys,
season.
I've never really thought
Kind of
much
a
about the
duo
lore
of,
behind it
researchers
like
that
this.
work with
So this
Silent.
is actually
Big
pretty
cast so
interesting.
far. I mean, is that going to continue to expand, or are you done?
No, absolutely. We've got lots of upcoming new
I'm gonna turn down the
characters.
bitrate.
You would
Hopefully
have
that helps a
seen
bit.
King Poseidon,
Okay.
Okay.
that we introduced in this season in Sunken Secrets, recently emerged. And moving forwards into next season, I can now reveal a new character called Digi that we're going to be introducing, who is also an engineer like Clovis. At the moment, she's currently missing. To look into, you know, what happened to Digi, where has she been, what's she been up to.
Yeah, I love a good mystery. Okay, all right. Well, speaking of mystery, for the uninitiated, why don't you give us a recap of the main Fall Guys story so far?
I mean, if we take it back to when we first introduced Silent,
Yes, what is the main Fall Guys story? Because I don't
a
even
few
know
seasons
this.
ago, we would have seen them initially putting together the plans to launch the satellite, which became the satellite of the free-for-all season. But they had a bit of an ulterior
The
motive.
satellite.
So
That's
they weren't
right.
just doing it to broadcast the show across the universe.
Oh.
They also have this mysterious belt that they've been holding on to. They don't know exactly where it came from, but they know it's not from the Blunderdome, and they've been trying to work out where it came from. And so they sent this satellite up in the hopes of finding out. But Stash and Sally, being Stash and Sally, and it got to the point where Silent was like, you know what, I'm just going to go up there and do it myself. And they started looking for this
Like
signal,
this
and
part
they
could have been
found a
more
signal
just to
coming
show
from the
us.
planet.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
tell us.
But
This is
as they found it,
Maybe it's a good time
This is-
to stream
something
it.
went wrong, and it got Silent
Yeah.
stuck inside the machinery of the satellite, and Banana had to actually come to their rescue,
What?
as you would have seen at the end of that season.
That's why we love Banana.
Always there
It's
to
gonna be
help
running better
out.
now, hopefully.
And pulling Silent out
Good.
of that machinery kind of caused this energy burst that opened up one last big portal, and that became our way down
I've never
to
went
the
through
source of
portals.
this signal that Silent found.
Okay.
And that was the Lost City. When they got there, it seemed empty, but turned out that the beans, led by Poseidon, were just hiding, just, you know, waiting in the shadows, being like, do we trust these beans? We've
Oh,
never
this is
seen
the
these
lore
beans
for the
before."
season that's about to end, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, you gonna do it?
And then they've emerged now, and they're happy to make friends.
So we've got to this point now where Digi has been missing for a little while, and we've got a bit of a mystery to solve there. So where do we go from here?
It's a good thing you asked. We do actually have an event called Coin Quest that players can hopefully jump in and find out.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you so much, Murray. And right now we have a quick look at the teaser for Coin Quest.
This
Check
was
it out.
quite the interesting
Yeah, that-
segment.
Put me to sleep.
It's like I did not know Fall Guys had such an elaborate lore.
It's like Fortnite.
Thanks, Paul.
Interesting.
Don't forget to check out the Coin Quest and help Silent and the rest of the gang to prove their worth to Poseidon. Well, there you have it. Everything you need to know to get you ready for the big release on May the 10th. We'll see you next time.
I don't know the lore for the big release,
Wait,
but
I almost
that's
forgot.
exciting still.
I promised
yeah.
earlier that we were going to look at what else is planned for the future. And I don't break my promise.
One more thing.
So let's get into it.
Okay.
One little warning before we dive in. These features are very much still in development, which means they could change drastically before release or never even see the light of day outside of the Mediatonic studio. So you've been warned. Now we've got that out of the way,
Okay.
let's head back over to Joe.
We're gonna look at things that may never even release potentially.
How
Okay.
exciting.
Welcome back, Joe. We've dragged you
Interesting
back
that they
in
need
because
that
we're gonna
disclaimer.
Talk about some experimental features,
Right.
and they aren't a guarantee. I need to reiterate, need to make
Yes,
it
they
clear,
wanna keep
not
it
a
exciting.
guarantee, but still very exciting to think about. So, how does it feel to talk about these?
Yeah, it's certainly scary. We never really talked
You
about
can never
features that
say
were kind
anything
of
in
early
game development, then you have to
before.
do it.
Yeah,
But,
I'm
I think
surprised
it's
they're
really important
they're
that we take
saying
the
this.
opportunity to kind of show our players our ambitions for the game over the next years. We want to do more and more with
Okay.
these silly little
guarantee.
jelly beans that we have. Like, we love them so much, and I just think there are so many great ways that we can take this game. And yeah, wanted to have an opportunity to kind of peel behind the curtain a little bit and show what it's like to develop things earlier on in development.
So, which features are you most excited about?
Power-ups is a way to kind of inject kind of even crazier gameplay into Fall Guys in a way that we haven't really been able to find the space for yet.
Power-ups?
So kind of allowing Fall Guys to do weird and wonderful things and giving players the control over like when they happen is something that I think is really cool. And all of this will kind of be delivered through creative as well. So you could maybe put
double
power-ups in your
jump?
own levels and certain places and things like that.
So, of course,
Huh.
again, you know, we have to say that these might not happen, they might happen, but anything else you've conceived that might come to the game?
Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff that we've been playing around with over the
Interesting,
past
the
year.
idea
that
of
It's
power-ups.
just fun to show demonstrations.
Yeah,
of
that's
really.
strange.
Tether mode is something
could go
we've been
for a
making, which is
power-up and then
basically
one
guy
imagine
would
rope.
co-op Fall Guys, but with giant bungee cords between you.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
what?
Well,
Like
how does that work?
Knuckles
You start at the
Chaotix.
beginning tethered to each other?
Yeah,
or-
we've been playing it
Oh,
where
that's
you're,
gonna be
you're
fun.
tethered, and if you run kind of either side of a pillar, you both get pulled
Oh
back.
my gosh.
Okay, I would
Pull
love
the
this
other
for
person
like
off
the
if they fall
duos,
from
Yeah.
for like
Oh
the
my
co-op
goodness,
contest.
getting
co-op
flung
levels?
It
around.
was very promising.
That's pretty fun.
Having
It could be
having that for
slow
co-op
or
levels would be
extendedly
really
wholesome,
fun.
depending on how you
Yeah,
utilize
exactly.
it.
And that's kind of one of the ways we've been looking at co-op gameplay in the game, for example. Like, we know players love playing Fall Guys, maybe not in a competitive setting, and we think it'd be really fun to kind of look at what co-op might be, for example.
You could
Another thing that
both
we've
try
been
to
doing,
get
for
a
example,
pendulum
is,
to like,
the roll
throw you
feature,
both
which was,
forward.
adding new movement to the Fall Guy in a way that's like even more adventurous
A
than dive slide.
roll
So what would it
feature?
feel
Wait,
like
that's
if you could curl up
great.
into
It's like a
ball and
Goron
bounce your way around
or
like
Sonic.
Or like the Mario Odyssey roll. Wall jumping?
Yeah.
Wait,
This is getting crazy.
give me these. We can make
So,
really
yeah,
good Mario
lots to do
levels
there
with
and
these.
just-
Yeah,
Please.
we
It's
need
just
these
fun to kind of
now.
show the kind of
And it's like we're thinking of
prototyping
having a
things
hat
we've
that
been
you
doing in the
throw
studio
and jump
just, yeah,
on.
give people a sense of all the things that we want to do with it.
Wow, this
Obviously,
is
players
so
can
much.
see just how far the game has
Wow,
come,
like
but
the
it's
roll,
got a very
the
long way
wall
to
jumping. Wait,
conception,
that
but
looks
for
like
you, it's
really
just even
smooth
more
too.
wild.
Like that was
Yeah, I
a
mean, it's been
Tanuki
an amazing
tail
ride.
or whatever.
One thing
Yeah,
we've
those are
always
already in the
wanted,
game, though,
before
right?
The game
Just
even came
Yeah.
out,
to have a power
one
up.
day allowing players to make their own levels, and so finally to be at the point where creative has nearly launched is
We're
it's
definitely
really
trying to push
exciting.
it further.
I think Fall Guys is in
Definitely.
a special place where, you know, anybody can make a level. Like, you just have to throw a couple of obstacles and a start and a finish line, and hope that this could be the opportunity for people who've maybe never tried their hand at game design before. But yeah, more generally, it's been a real ride. We haven't got everything right.
As
you
a
know,
game
we've made
designer,
mistakes
I'm
over the
very
course of development, and I
interested
kind of
in
just
seeing
wanted
these
to
custom levels.
take the opportunity to thank our players for sticking with us as we try and figure out the weird and wonderful world of Fall Guys. It's been a real journey, and yeah, excited to take the game from creative beyond into kind of weird and wonderful directions over the next few years.
Weird and wonderful, definitely the words I would use for it. Thank you so much, Joe, and thank you to all of you for watching at home. Remember, Creative does come out on May the 10th, so dive in and have fun. We'll see you next time. Bye.
All right, well that was pretty cool, I'd say. I think the middle segment was a
here's-
little long, but aside from that,
Here's the actual trailer for it all too.
yeah, it's looking really good.
Oh, so yeah, some of these levels look wild. Okay, I'm definitely excited to play around with these.
Pretty promising future for Fall Guys.
Especially since a lot of the creative stuff for like based on like different seasons and like different obstacles are going to be rolling out over time. So they're not all going to be there right at launch. So as more get added, it'll be even cooler, even more interesting, I think.
Yeah, so what do you think, Tress? Did that impress you, or were you expecting anything else?
I am impressed actually with how good the creative mode actually looks, and I'm definitely excited to play around with it.
So
The
you
exact
don't need to start
theme
and finish
for the
it.
next season, I feel, is a little on the weaker side from what we saw compared to previous seasons, like the big Undersea season that's ending now. To go from that to like a kind of low poly digital theme is not quite as big, but I am looking forward to playing around with the levels themselves.
Immediately you're greeted with
What do you think, Tom?
a whole bunch of
I gotta see how they
makes sense. So let's walk through
stage creator is in my own hands at this point, because it looked like they're doing it super fast. They've of course done it a million times. I'm interested to see what that budget limit is like when I'm trying to put something together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pichu says that was amazing. Yeah, I think it was actually really good. I think the stage creator, like it looks simple, which is the key thing, and it looks fairly powerful. The budget limit is the biggest potential barrier, but you know, if that increases with the amount of players, then maybe that's not an issue at all. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm really excited about this actually. I think there's a lot of potential here, and the glimpse, the weird glimpse they gave of the future Fall Guys, is exciting, even if not all of that may happen. I hope it does, but it looked good. But Carlos is bringing up a good point, our moderator, who says, I just hope the skill gap doesn't grow too much. And that's a great point, because part of the appeal of Fall Guys right now is anyone can play, basically. It's pretty simple. Maybe grab is as complicated as it gets, and you don't really need that most of the time. But like you start adding, you know, tethers or wall jumping, power-ups, I could see that possibly becoming a little too much for some people.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that. And it's really interesting we got to see those, because Carlos also brought up another good point in the chat. Imagine a Nintendo Direct and Sakurai or someone else just goes, now don't get too excited, this may not even release.
Yeah.
Which is very, very bold of them to show that off and talk about it the way they did, which I'm happy they did, because you really don't get that much from game development. But I'm not going to hold out hope to see many of those things there.
Yeah, normally it's long after, and it's like, here are things we thought about doing at one point, but we didn't.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I like that they showed us things that may or may not actually happen. But on the other hand, like none of them happen, then it's going to feel like a waste, right? And I did like the potential of what we saw there. The tether mechanic in particular looks wild, so that could be a ton of fun.
Especially since like all these can be limited to certain modes. Like the power-ups could be like a specific mode that has power-up spawning. The tether could be a specific team mode that's you're tethered to your teammate. They wouldn't like replace the main core gameplay. I do think things like the wall jumping and like the rolling, if those get added, kind of like sliding now, I think those would get better incorporated to the actual gameplay, but they probably wouldn't be retroactively usable in older levels. Like you wouldn't be able to wall jump in older levels probably. That would be like something that newer levels would have to account for, kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, that's interesting, like, would they enable on a per-level basis, but then that kind of complicates the game inherently, too, like, hey, this time you have this ability, this time you don't, you know, and that's kind of weird. Unless they tie it all to, like, a power-up, like, maybe you have a jumping power-up, that would actually help simplify it a bit, so, or wall-jumping power-up.
Thinking back to Sonic Generations, where it's different in, like, the classic versus new modes, and I'm trying to remember. They could do, like, a classic, they could have a mode between, like, classic gameplay and the new gameplay, but then you kind of break up your user base in multiplayer.
Right.
A bit, yeah.
You have tons of players.
I see some people mentioning that apparently it's similar to Fortnite's creative mode, which is apparently one of the best in the industry. And that makes sense because they're both owned by Epic. So
it does, yep.
It's good to see Fall Guys like taking cues from that because based on what I saw here, like that's what I want. I want a simple, easy to use editor that's like I have an idea, I can make it happen in a few minutes, hopefully, you know, and then I'll refine from there, of course. That's what I love. Like, I hate, like, it seems like there's almost no learning curve with this, and that is the key thing, I think. Mario Maker, no learning curve. Like, there are things to learn, but like, if you want to make a simple level, you can do it instantly, you know, that's what I like. So, whereas I played some other level creators are so, like, obtuse and complicated and in-depth, it's just not fun. Like, it's such a huge barrier to get into that I don't bother at all.
Yeah, Dreams was kind of easy, but I could tell there was like a huge amount of learning to do to get into it as well. Like really powerful, but at a price that I pour in a ton of time.
Well, yeah, I think what helps in this case, I mean, Dreams you can make literally anything, right? So you have to account for every aspect of whatever it is you're making. Fall Guys, it's simple. It's a level creator. Like it's in this case, it's just racing for right now. So the objective is already taken care of for you. You don't have to program in all that stuff. So you're just taking all these pre-made assets, jumbling it together, and then calling it a day. So.
Yeah.
Anything else, Tress, that excited you, or?
I think, oh man, I think just the fact that they're clearly still like going strong, the fact that thanks to the level creator, they said that they're going to be adding way more levels over the course of a season. They said like upwards of like 50.
Right.
Again, in an average season, they add maybe 8 to 10 levels. That's a lot, and I think that's really gonna shake things up in an exciting way.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to go hands on with this. So, and I'm glad you're excited. I know you're a huge Fall Guys person. So, Tom, what about you?
So now that we've got this,
No, I'm excited to try it out, and I'm just curious to see how long it'll go for. Like, if people stick with it, new features, get people to come back. It's smart not to like just put it all out there at once.
It is. That is true. Before we wrap it up here, I saw a couple people at least wanting to asking about an invite to the GX Discord. So let me get that real quick. We're gonna put it in the chat. Oh, looks like we got super chat too. If someone can read that real quick.
From an Ace Attorney character, Susato Mikotoba, says, I really like this reveal. So many passes, over 50 maps across the season, and on top of that, they're gonna add a new game modes. I will love this. Yeah, I'm right there with you. The fact that there's so much being added here and a good promise to the future of it that it's really exciting. That I think anyone that's kind of been getting burnt out from the last few months of just kind of the same content, we're gonna have a lot of new stuff to play with next week.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's awesome. Yeah, just around the corner, which is great. Thank you for the super chat. And also, I just posted a link to the GameXplain Discord. It's active for an hour, so if you want to join, use that link right there. It's a great community we have. And yeah, hopefully you have fun there. So thanks for asking about that. Any final thoughts, Tris or Tom?
I can't wait to go hands on with this next week.
And also, like Tris, you mentioned they're spreading out the season time, but they're giving us way more maps. I think that'll help developers make better content. It's hard to like rush it for little tiny sprints almost.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up there, everyone. So thanks for hanging out with us. It's been fun. We'll have more on the Fall Guys creative mode, stage creator, whatever it's called, soon, I'm sure. If not at launch. And I can't wait to go hands on with this. So it's gonna be an exciting time, I think. So we got another super chat from the same person, Susato, I believe, who says, "Will you stream Fall Guys next week, day one?" I think we will, right, Tris?
I think we would like to, yeah.
I guess what day is it? The 10th? Yeah, I think we should be. Yeah, we'll probably be streaming it. So, all right, cool, everyone. Thanks for watching. Make sure to join the GX Discord if you want. It's in the chat, and we'll catch you all later. Have a good one. Bye. Oh, and actually, real quick, we might be back soon with the with our
Paperverse
stream. Yeah, it already happened, but we're gonna go back and rewatch it for the first time, and it happened at the same time as Fall Guys. So that's why we weren't able to cover it already. So, all right, stay tuned for that soon. See you, everyone. Bye.